you know, when you're short, you got to be nice. Okay, our electrical needs have changed dramatically in the last 15 years. But building codes haven't changed. You still have the same number of outlets, spaced exactly the same distance apart from one another. Good example is where the headboard is for your bed right now, there is probably 2 plugs, 1 outlet. But now if you want to put a table lamp on each side table, you want to put an electric alarm clock, plug a sleep number bed in, you're already way over your limitations.
How about charging a phone and a tablet overnight?
What a concept.
There you go.
So somebody came up with the idea of power strips, and they did that back in the late 1970s, and they worked. They were a really good idea in their time. But now every plug is one of these.
These massive, massive plugs we deal with on a day-to-day basis.
So power strips don't work because the sheer length of the plug eats up half the space.
Look at that. Look at the size of that plug. And this is like not an unusual plug. I actually pulled this from one of the Christmas Village houses that I have. I set up around the holidays.
Okay.
But look at that. That's a regular old school power strip. And you plug this in, this takes up more than half of the power strip. These originally were designed for those smaller plugs, and they were designed to hold 6 different things to plug in there. The old school power strip doesn't work anymore. That's why we have the pivot power. It's longer, at over 17 inches long than a regular power strip, but this flexibility is the key. This allows you to take all these big, awkward plugs and actually plug them into the power strip.
We got to tell the story. It's one of my favorite things. My greatest passion about being here for as long as I've been here, 26 years, is working with inventors, being able to change the way products interact in our lives because one individual sat down and went, aha. A young man by the name of Jake Zion. He's not a laboratory scientist. He's not an MIT graduate. He invented this product in his mother's garage. And it has changed the way we think of our electrical needs.
And he just got tired of that frustration of, let's look at it again. This
and
is
he
the
might
old
be an
school power
MIT
strip.
grad. I didn't mean to disperse the guy.
No, he's a guy from Wisconsin, and he got tired of playing this game where we have all these plugs in, and then we say, you know what? I got to charge my phone. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to unplug the lamp, and I'm going to plug this in. Oh wait, I got to plug the printer in now. So let me unplug these things. You kind of play this game of 3-card Monte here with the old school power strip. So he said, why don't they make it bigger? And even better than that, because you'll see larger power strips out there, but this is the unique thing about the pivot power is now, look at this awkward plug that we have right here. This is a cell phone to charge your cell phone with.
You've got no room to plug it in.
It actually wouldn't fit the pivot power if it just was a straight power strip. But the cool thing about the pivot power is that flexibility at every single port. So now we have 6 awkward plugs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every single one of them fits in here. And you can bend this and shape this however it's going to best fit for all the plugs that you have.
So you're now allowing everything that you need to be plugged in to be plugged in. We've got the white, we've got the black, we've got navy, although we don't have a lot of the navy. It's priced at $29.98. It's a customer top-rated item and has been virtually since the first shipment came in and were purchased by our audience. We have a buy more, save more because you're going to have need for more plugs in every single room. Your shipping and handling, by the way, is free. And this protects what you plug into it, and some power strips can't.
Surge protection, and surge protection is key as well, and not every surge protector is the same. You can get a surge protector by name only pretty much at the dollar store, and then they protect your device for 200 to 400 joules, and that's a measurement they use to see how much protection you can get. This version of the Pivot Power, this is the Pivot Power 2.0, over 1,000 joules of protection.
1,080.
Yes, that's substantial because you think about what you're plugging in, your television set, your Blu-ray player.
If somebody had told you, Craig, 15 years ago that people were going to spend $1,000 on a TV,
and we do,
would you have thought you're crazy? Everything we have nowadays, your coffee maker has a computer chip in it. The computer chips are very susceptible to spikes in power. And a spike in power doesn't mean a lightning strike, although that would certainly be one. It's as simple as when your next door neighbor's air conditioner goes on and your lights dim for a second.
Or when you unplug and plug back in a refrigerator if you're moving something around the house.
That can create a power surge. And power surge, that can be devastating to the circuit boards in most items today. We didn't worry so much about power surges when we didn't have computers in our home. Now everything is computerized. And with that, you've got to protect them. This will do that. You need more power than ever before. I remember that I grew up in a house that did not have an electrical outlet at the kitchen sink.
Really?
Didn't have it.
Wow. Because you think you didn't need
But
it.
we didn't need it.
Sure.
We had one over on the counter, which is where the mixer went, but that's the only thing that was plugged in.
And now you have the coffee maker, you have the Vitamix,
Yep.
you have the toaster, you have all those different things. The neat thing about the Pivot Power is we've seen a lot of people, they'll get one.
Right.
And then they'll use it in their home and maybe the home office or the entertainment center, and they'll say, wait a second. In my bedroom, I have the 2 lamps, I'm charging my phone, my wife is charging her phone overnight. Now I need one there. How about my home office where, again, 20 years ago, maybe you had a computer.
Right.
That was about it. Now you have a computer, you have a router, you have a printer, you have
an
so
Xbox.
many, so many things that you plug in nowadays, and so many of those devices now are using these larger plugs. You think with so much of technology, things have gotten smaller, not with the plugs that we're using. So cell phone, printer, computer, Blu-ray player, all that stuff that you're plugging in on a routine basis, even this massive timer here, if we put that timer on the second spot here, the power strip.
You ate up more than half your...
I ate up, this plug can't be used, this plug can't be used. I actually ate up 4 spots on a regular power strip. I'm using 1 spot on the Pivot Power, and I still have those other 5 to plug things in.
There's not a room in the home that this won't benefit from having. Outdoors, use that out in the garage. By the way, the navy blue is by far the most limited at this point. We've got the white and then we've got the black. Shipping and handling is free. We've got a buy more, save more of $4. People have said things like, love this. It's nice to have room to put any size item, plug it in, and it works. To be able to charge several things at one time. Customer top rated, that's our audience. That's you, the consumer, being able to reach directly out. I know Jake and his team read those reviews.
They do. The folks at Quirky are asking me about them all the time, yes.
It really is a better solution, and it took a young man and American ingenuity to bring it to life. Monday, I will head to Las Vegas. Albany, Irving, head to Las Vegas as well. We are the ambassadors for the QVC Sprouts program. We're partnering with the folks at Disney with a wonderful movie coming out called Tomorrowland, and we're going to be looking for the new great inventors. We're going to look for those people who have innovative ideas that will change your life, make things simpler, get rid of frustration. Quirky dedicated their entire corporation to doing basically that.
Well, their CEO, Ben Kaufman, calls himself the world's least important CEO, which is a great title. But the reason he says that is because Quirky's all about making invention accessible to anybody. So all you have to do is to go on Quirky.com and submit an idea. And that's what Jake did with this. He said, you know what? I'm tired of dealing with this, but I'm not an engineer. I don't have sourcing to get product made and all that kind of stuff. He had a sketch and an idea, and this is what became of that great idea. A power strip that's going to work for everybody with all the larger plugs we deal with. The flexibility is key, and now you can use this in so many rooms of your house because you have that peace of mind with 1,080 joules of surge protection.
It is a brilliant idea.
It is.
It really is.
So here, just look at it again. Take a look at these massive plugs.
Use it one time.
Yeah, do me a favor. Show me how many of these plugs you can actually put in a regular power strip.
Well,
here,
here's the one thing. You can try to cheat by going at the end, but then what happens is they wobble out, and then they don't charge. So, yeah, great.
There's one. There's 2.
Because I can't get that one.
It feels like you're playing a kid's game of puzzle or something like that, trying to fit all the things in there.
I might be able to get 3.
All right, 3.
So that gains you 1 more than your wall outlet. But
So if you want to plug 6 things in, you would need 2 of those old power strips.
Exactly. Here, you just plug everything in. We're going to go like this. Give me this weird guy right here. That fits here. I can plug that one in. Oh, that one's in the way.
Yeah, bend and flex that.
We'll get that. And there.
Yeah.
All 6.
1, 2, 3, 4,
With
5,
no
6.
trouble.
And they're all awkward and they're all large. Most of your plugs may not be that big, but
Right.
you always have 2 or 3 that you're plugging in there. I use the large plugs just to show you that this is what you can actually put in this Pivot Power.
But there's never been anything like this before. It's been a huge, huge seller here at QVC. Finally came back into the inventory. Customer top rated. The navy blue, that's going to be gone soon. We don't have a lot of those. We have a few of the white, and then we've got the black as well. Thank you, my friend.
Always great to see you, Dan.
Always good to
have a good
you
morning.
here. You too. It is right now 23 minutes after the top of the hour. We've got a lot of things that are still coming up yet this morning. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. I want to update you on something that is coming your way. Then we're coming back and we're going to give you an opportunity. If you've wanted a Dyson vacuum cleaner for a while, but the price has been a little prohibitive,